I'm glad you could join
Awesome.
me for the mustache party here. I'm a little disappointed Jessica didn't put on a fake mustache or grow her own, all of a sudden this week. Um, but yeah, it's quarantine. We're all doing our part to stay at home, and so to have a little fun. I surprised my girlfriend the other day by coming out with a hideous facial construction of my beard. Aaron then I pretty much I peer pressured Aaron into doing it, and so I'm glad he stuck with it for us here today.
That's awesome. They're impressive.
Yeah, right on. Thank you very much. But I'm doing good, man. I had a great week this week. Actually, we've picked up some energy and action in the real estate world. Looks like we're going to be writing a couple offers this weekend. Got a seller who's interested in selling, or I should say needs to sell. We are still an essential business for people that need places to live, and if they have to sell to move for a job or need the money. But yeah, I'm feeling healthy. A big shout out again to all the healthcare workers. I actually read a story this week of a good friend of mine who was in the hospital, and he was just so grateful for doctors and nurses and the EMTs and paramedics who picked them up. Aaron also reminds me every week for the food delivery, grocery store workers, and we're just so grateful and for all the men and women out there that are doing their part, and for everybody staying home as well. But what's up with you, Aaron? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. This is also the first time that I've ever had just a mustache, and it feels real strange. Every time I walk past myself in the mirror, I laugh. My wife doesn't look at me the same way. A lot of fun things about it. But yeah, I'm doing good. Went for a walk again today. Just trying to stay active. Jessica, how are you doing? How's your life going right now?
You know what, you guys? I am grateful. It could be a lot worse. I'm counting my blessings. I'm grateful I can work from home and I'm healthy and enjoying more outdoor exercise when it's not raining. And, we'll get through this. Just trying to stay positive.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all we can do is stay positive in this whole thing.
You guys are missing just aviators. You need to rock some aviators, both of
you. I do have some. I just, I feel like during the day I'll wear them. Take some pictures for it.
That's true. I'm already technologically challenged enough. I feel like I'd probably, mess something up if I had some aviators on, but we're excited to have you, Jessica. We've done some deals with Jessica. Some of our buyers have loved what you've been able to do, helping them out. Before we jump into home warranties and what those are, we want to hear a little bit about your story. So can you tell us a little about who you are and where you're from and how you got into real estate?
For sure. Okay. First of all, thank you guys so much for inviting me to do this. I appreciate the opportunity and I love working with you guys. You're just true professionals always. So pleasure to be in business with you. I'm born and raised in Ventura County, so pretty local. My mom's a realtor of 40 years, and as a kid, I was always like, oh God, Mom, I'm not getting into real estate, because I saw her working nights, weekends, holidays. It's a hustle. And then as I got older, it grew to be more appealing. So here I am, and not a realtor, but grateful to be in the real estate industry. Got a bachelor's in communication from Cal State Northridge. And I've been doing this for the last 7 years. I really, really love it. I'm a certified yoga instructor. That's one of my hobbies at this point, Yeah. So life's good.
That's great. I didn't know you were a yoga instructor. That's awesome.
I've actually been doing a lot of that right now. I'm offering Zoom yoga classes because, not a lot of people want to hear about home warranty right now, so I appreciate that you guys do. So.
I disagree. I think there's a lot of people that are tuning in right now and want to know all about home warranties, and they're itching to ask their questions.
Thank you, Devin. You're absolutely right. But I got certified to teach yoga about 7 years ago, and wanted to pursue that, and then I realized what a hustle that was to make any kind of a decent living as a yoga instructor. So it's just kind of a side passion project hobby now, but I love what I do and I'm grateful to do it.
That's great. I'm sure people love taking classes, and you help them better their lives and start their week and their day great with exercise and their practice of being grounded and a little more spiritual with all the craziness going on.
Exactly.
Something I wanted to ask you about also, I was looking on your website before we started about the member of Women's Council of Realtors and the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. Can you tell us a little bit about those organizations you're a part of?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm involved in those. Active. I mean, Women's Council, obviously near and dear to my heart, being a female, and it's just all about celebrating women in general, and especially in the real estate community, and just uplifting each other. And men are welcome too. You know, they put on some great events, whether it's educational or networking, and same with NAHREP, National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. Again, it's all about connecting with the community, and just fostering better relationships.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I'd love to put in maybe in the comments here where people can find out more information about those. Is the Women's Council of Realtors, is that a national organization as well?
Oh yeah, and there's local chapters all over. So I'm actually a member of several different chapters based on, you know, where they try to make it geographically desirable for people. So there's different chapters all over. I'm happy to provide information to anybody who needs it.
That'd be great. Yeah, people can reach out to us or reach out to you after, and we'll leave some comments as well so people can find out more information about that. But yeah, all right, let's get into it. So what's a home warranty?
A home warranty, so it's often compared to homeowners insurance. People often call it insurance, but it's actually quite different. A home warranty, it's technically a limited service contract that is renewable annually. And whereas your homeowner's insurance is going to cover things like natural disaster or mold or theft or secondary damage if your house gets flooded and everything's ruined, that's going to be more like your homeowner's insurance. Your home warranty is going to cover normal wear and tear of your home's major systems and appliances that occurs after close of escrow. So things like your plumbing, your electrical, water heater, air conditioner. And then we have all kinds of optional add-on coverage for your pool spa, for your roof, for your ornamental fountain, your outdoor kitchen. It's really customizable coverage.
That's great.
Okay.
That's one of the things. One of the things that I always tell people is like you buy the house assuming everything works in the house, and the home warranty ensures that everything works in the house. So the appliances, things like that.
Yeah, yep, exactly. You know, it's like you may buy a 30-year-old home, and obviously you've done your inspections, you've done your walkthrough, you hope everything's in good condition. But what if a month down the road, 6 months down the road, your dishwasher breaks, your water heater breaks, your air conditioner breaks, and then you're potentially looking at a huge expense. So the home warranty is designed to provide a little more peace of mind for all parties, budget protection. I'm biased. I think they're great. And definitely, I mean, a lot of people think you can only get one if you're going through a real estate transaction, but you can actually get one at any time. So your friends, your family, your neighbors, you can get a home warranty at any time.
Great information to know. And I'm so glad that right off the bat, you kind of answered that question that so many people have that's the first question we normally get in an escrow from a buyer of, well, don't I already have home insurance? I'm signing up for that with my lender. I'm forced to do that. And we say, totally. Well, no, these are actually different things. And if people want to know more about home insurance, we actually just interviewed a guy with Justin Batinsky with State Farm last weekend's episode, really Real Estate episode 4. So you could check that out. We'll give you a link if you'd like more information on home insurance. But yeah, the home warranty is so important. We've had a couple clients who have reached out to you, like Aaron said, after we purchased the house, help them purchase the house because of appliances that were working well during the inspection. And then a couple of weeks or months later, stopped working, or maybe there was a slight malfunction.
Yeah, I did that actually personally with the house that we're living in, where our washer and dryer, or the washing machine, started to get it on the fritz, and we had somebody come out, and it was a very cheap copay, I guess you'd call it. What would you call that?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's like a copay. We call it a trade call fee. So anytime we dispatch a technician, there's a trade call fee. And currently it's $75. I mean, years ago it used to be $50. And I don't know, years from now it might be $100, but currently it's $75.
Yeah. And that sure beats looking on YouTube and trying to do it yourself, which I did. And I wouldn't recommend it.
Aaron actually made it was $50 to fix before Aaron tried to fix it, and then it became $75 to fix it.
You can learn lots on YouTube. I just assumed it would work.
You can learn everything on YouTube. It's awesome, including this. Are you guys gonna put this on YouTube?
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, this will be on YouTube along with all the other really real estate episodes. So far, we've done general inspection of a home, mortgage, broker, title rep, and title insurance. What's title? Homeowners insurance, and now you are our wonderful guest today, home warranty.
I love that you guys are doing this.
Can you go over that list again of what are commonly included in packages?
Sure, yeah. So a standard policy is going to include your plumbing, your electrical, your water heater, furnace, garage components. We include pest control. Not all home warranties do, so there's a little benefit right there. All your built-in kitchen appliances. And then from there, you can customize it. You can add on the air conditioner. You can add on washer, dryer, fridge. Sometimes people don't want washer, dryer, fridge covered if they have brand new appliances under a manufacturer warranty. So we have that as an optional add-on. You can cover roof, you can cover pool, spa, ornamental fountain, reverse osmosis water softener. But a policy is going to include all the things that are going to be used homes.
Wow, people are getting excited at home of all the things that they can add on into their house with the reverse osmosis filters. And
oh,
I saw there.
Is somebody commenting about that?
No, I was just thinking because of the, people, when the shelter in place started, everybody was getting bottles of water. And I was sitting at home thinking, well, we have a Brita, I can just use the tap water. So there you go. You got that reverse osmosis covered by Jessica. You guys cover toilet paper shortages as well?
No. You're funny.
So the first two things you brought up, plumbing and electrical. So with the electrical, if I buy a house and a couple months later that like one of the outlets stops working, for instance, is that something I can call you guys for?
Totally. Absolutely. As long as it's normal wear and tear. So that's the thing with home warranty. People will sometimes have a claim denied and then they get upset. They think home warranties don't cover anything, but we're very transparent about what's covered. It's got to be normal wear and tear. And sometimes what we see with electrical is maybe somebody tried to repair it. They do an improper install and then that causes the failure. And then they want us to cover it. And that may not always be covered. It's just got to be normal wear and tear, old age, your system's breaking down. We've seen some wonky electrical stuff, as you can imagine. You guys probably have too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seen some very outdated things as well. So it's good to know.
So that's something, I think, Aaron, I imagine if people notice something that's not working or malfunctioning, instead of trying to fix it themselves at first, to call you or have somebody come out and check it out right away. That kind of makes sense in my mind.
Yes. Also, another thing. Exactly. Another thing people will try to do is they'll disassemble it and they'll say, well, I took it apart and I need you guys to come out. And we say, whoa, it needs to be in the exact condition so we can properly diagnose it. So yeah, I'm glad you touched on that. Yeah, don't touch it. Just call us.
Yeah, exactly. Call them first, have somebody come out, a tech, see if they can fix it. If not, then you can take it apart and use the experts on YouTube.
Don't do what
exactly.
I
did. Yeah, Aaron's an example of what not to do. That's good. We can learn from our mistakes. That's one of our favorite expressions of failing.
Just call Aaron.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So what about plumbing? What is fixtures like faucets and the toilet, or is that what you refer to with plumbing as well there?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. We'll cover a pipe break, a pipe leak, toilets, fixtures, faucets, shower heads, tub spouts. Nothing like structural with a tub, but like the plumbing portions, like the spout and stopper. And
okay, wow, yeah, that's great.
I mean, all the major plumbing in a home.
Yeah. Does that also include? I think there was one client that we were working with that there was an issue with the sewer line going in, or he was concerned. Is that a separate add-on if you want to cover the sewer line with you guys, or is that included in the plumbing aspect?
So what we're going to cover as far as the sewer, we're going to cover your plumbing within the main foundation of the home. So sewer lines within the main foundation of the home, yes, but external, typically not covered by home warranty. We do have an optional add-on to cover up to $1,000 towards external plumbing, which would include the sewer line to the curb.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's great.
That can be great. That can be really important. I'm trying to think what else. There's other issues when buying a home that we've actually asked you about. I think roof was one of them as well. Do you guys have a roof add-on?
We do. Yeah. And we call it limited roof leak repair. It's going to patch new leaks over the main dwelling, excluding the garage, up to $1,500. You're not going to get a new roof out of a home warranty. That's why we even put limited in the title of our coverage for roof. And we don't really say that for any of our other coverage, but we want people to know with the roof, it is limited as far as home warranty is concerned.
Nice. So we just got a question from Jackie. She said, so home warranty covers normal wear and tear, but what if the final straw is somebody breaking it? So like an accidental, like Devin said, if you accidentally somehow break at a socket, like an electrical socket.
If that is determined, if the cause of failure is an external factor, not covered by home warranty.
Okay. Good to know.
But if you're turning on your faucet sorry, Jackie. Yeah. Be careful. Don't plug too many things into your outlet. But clearly things have to happen from you. I mean, if you like turning on the shower and it breaks in your hand, I mean, I guess that's kind of up to you guys to determine when they call you or when somebody comes out, right?
Yeah, that's all a case by case. We try to be really fair. I mean, not to get cheesy, but our motto is people helping people. So we really do try to look at every claim and be really fair about it. We're not just in a business to deny, so we're going to go by what the technician reports back to us. So we're going to get a report, see what the technician says. If they say, oh, this is old, that's normal wear and tear, it just broke off in their hand. Okay, that would likely be covered.
Okay. What are some of the typical?
But sometimes there's.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to give you guys an example. We had somebody call us, like, for example, about their dishwasher. Their dishwasher's broken. It's not working. So we send out a technician, and he said it looked like somebody was putting a lot of force on this door, and he said, while I was there, I happened to see the toddler get on the door and like jump on the door. So that, that's not going to be normal wear and tear.
Definitely not. Definitely not. I was going to ask, I was like, so what are of things that come into you guys, claims that come in, is there anything common that is not covered that you see more than anything else?
Anything common that is not covered? Oh, pre-existing conditions. Pre-existing conditions are not covered by home warranty. So, that's got to be the most common. So again, let's say your policy starts on Monday, your dishwasher works fine for you Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You call us on Friday and say it stopped working. Great, we're all good. But what happens sometimes is a buyer will close escrow, let's say Monday. They call us Tuesday. Hi, I just tried to use my dishwasher and it's not working. So we're going to ask them a series of questions to, make sure we're on the same page. We say, well, when did it last work properly for you? Well, it worked during the home inspection. Okay. But you closed escrow yesterday. Has it worked at all since then? They say no. A home warranty has the right to deny that because we're going to expect that everything works at least once after close of escrow. That's all we ask. It's got to work at least once after close of escrow. And then if it breaks, we're going to help with that. But that's really common that a buyer will move in, find something broken immediately, call the home warranty, want the home warranty to fix it. But we just ask that it works for you at least once.
That's really good to know.
And that's a great point just to bring up for everybody. We usually have Darren Mars, who was our inspector that was on episode 1, Really Real Estate, spoke about how he runs the appliances and he runs the dishwashers, turns on all the faucets in the house, and then crawls under to see if there's any leaks. Something that he didn't touch on, but he's mentioned to me in the past. I don't want to misquote myself here, but there's something to do with that they can't turn on the gas fireplaces for liability reasons, but you as the buyer walking through can go through. So I believe he turns on one of the burners on like a gas stove, for instance, but you can go through and turn them on to make sure that they all work. And that's something I advise. Like he even says to the buyers when you walk around, check the windows, make sure they go up and down. Check, flip that switch to see if the gas fireplace comes on. But that's really interesting. So when you move in, or even on the walkthrough, you could do those. I don't know if you can run the dishwasher, but you could check those appliances on that final walkthrough with us as well again.
I agree. I recommend doing a really thorough final walkthrough. It can't hurt, right? I actually have a checklist that I give to some of my realtor clients. I'll send it to you guys. That's a final walkthrough checklist.
That's great. That's a great thing
that
to
people
have.
don't think about. Yeah. I'll send it over to you.
That's the bonus. For those tuning in right now, that's the bonus. You get that if you write us a message. And if you just joined us, we're speaking with Jessica Wood. She is awesome friend of ours and great at what she does. She's with Old Republic Home Protection. And we're talking about home warranties. I was going to say happy Sunday because we usually do these on Sundays, but it's Tuesday. Maybe people are eating tacos at home, Taco Tuesday. So all of this sounds great. I'm so happy. We spoke last week with Justin about home insurance and how he said, the homeowners insurance doesn't cover wear and tear. So it's actually perfect that we had you as our next guest of, to cover normal wear and tear. That being said, this sounds all great. How much would something like this cost me if I'm a homeowner or a home buyer?
An average policy for the year probably costs around $500. If it's a condo, mobile home, townhome, it's potentially going to be a little bit cheaper. If it's a property with a pool or over 5,000 square feet, then we're talking about a little bit more expensive. But on average, around $500. And I'm quoting California. I mean, we're nationwide, so we have coverage all over, and pricing is going to vary a little bit. But yeah, you get great coverage for around $500.
That's perfect. And we just had another.
And again, then whenever you
go ahead.
Oh no, keep going. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say we just got another question.
Whenever we send out you got it.
Okay. We just got a question from Aaron Traeger. He asked, does the cost or length of the home warranty change with the age of the house or with the age of the appliances or anything like that?
No, actually we don't discriminate based on age. That's something I talk about often because you may, like I touched on, we may purchase a home with older appliances, and it's okay if it's older as long as it's functional and installed properly. We're happy to cover older appliances. That's typically when people want a home warranty, because when they have brand new stuff, they don't need a home warranty. So that's a great question. Yeah, no, we don't adjust pricing based on age of an appliance or the home.
Yeah, that's a great question. And I was going to second that. And we've sold a number of brand new homes here. And oftentimes the seller will say, well, we're not going to provide the home warranty because the appliances already have their own. But then we remind our clients, our buyers, hey, make sure you sign up for those warranties when you get it. And we ask for those in the final walkthrough, all the paperwork to make sure that they have that. With the new homes, they also have a construction warranty, which we can talk about another time, or you can ask us about that. I just wanted to go back to the cost. So the 500 you said was up to 5,000 square feet?
That's below 5,000 square feet.
Excuse me. Yeah. So yeah. Does it have anything to do with number of bedrooms or bathrooms, or if there's maybe like an ADU? Those are pretty common right now with a second kitchen. So maybe 2 sets of appliances, or would that be the same?
Nope, just size of the property. We do charge if there's additional refrigeration units that people want covered. But if there's double ovens, if there's 2 dishwashers, we're not going to charge extra. And just keep in mind, if it's a property that's being used commercially or they're running a business, we wouldn't cover that. It's got to be residential, of course.
That's great to know, because I know ADUs and rental units. With the housing shortage here in LA, it's great that they're putting the ADUs in. And so that's really actually an awesome question and an awesome answer for people to know about.
We are seeing definitely more and more ADUs and guest houses on properties. And we do have coverage for that too.
Nice. Would that be a separate policy, or would it just be under the umbrella of the original policy?
It's under the umbrella. It's an add-on. So depending on the square feet, if the guest home or the ADU is under 750 square feet, it's around 200, 250 to add on the coverage. If it's over 750 square feet, then it's around 300, 350.
Nice. I didn't know that. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Everyone's jumping on the ADU.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually had a mentor of ours who's a landlord here in LA. We were discussing with him how oftentimes people say, well, we don't want to get a call in the middle of the night for a leaky toilet, or even a call during the day for an appliance. And he says oftentimes he'll he has the home warranties for everybody, and he'll have the home warranty go out there, and he could even have the tenant maybe pay for it and then deduct it from rent, or he just covered with the home warranty was his point. Cause he says that takes care of so many of my issues with the tenants all around town.
I love that. Yeah. I work with a lot of property managers or rental property owners who won't put tenants in a home without a home warranty, because ideally it's going to make your life easier. So yeah, I see a lot of that. It's good to hear.
Yeah, that's great. So we talked a lot about what it covers. Are there anything in particular that jumps out that's like Aaron was saying, a common question of things that common things that it doesn't cover that people ask you?
For sure. And I will, for sure. Definitely. And we are very transparent about that, about what we do and don't cover. It's all in our brochure. So we actually have a full page that lists out things that we don't cover, because we really don't want there to be any surprises. You know, we're in the business to be honest and cover what we say we're going to cover, and never less, sometimes more. But common things that I get asked about are mold. We don't cover mold. Termites. We don't cover termites. Again, I mentioned we don't cover pre-existing conditions. We're not going to cover secondary damage. So like, let's say a pipe breaks and leaks and floods the home and you're out of town. Well, we could cover for that pipe break, but the damage to the floors, the cabinets, that's going to be more like homeowner's insurance. That's not going to be covered by home warranty. What are some other common things?
I mean, I think
those are the big ones.
Yeah, I was going to say mold is a very prevalent thing right now. A lot of people ask us about that, and it is another thing that we can test for. Darren actually does a moisture test in the house, and he can send that off to labs. We've also had some specialists come out for that, depending on the property. Even in new construction house, we had that once where there was a moisture drainage issue with the foundation, and so that was something our inspector caught, and we were able to help the buyer out, and they added some ventilation, some fans in the crawl space, which was great that we found that before they moved in.
Agreed completely. We got another question from Jackie, asked, what percentage of home buyers purchase a warranty do most? In our experience, I know for Devin and I, whenever we write an offer for a buyer, we always try to have that included in the contracts, the initial contracts, to where we try to make the seller have the seller pay for it, at least up to a certain amount. I'm trying to think if there's ever been a situation, Devin, where we haven't done that, but I think we always do.
Yeah, there's a couple, we always start with it. There's certain things, I mean, pretty much everything in real estate is negotiable. Which is one of the things I love about it, because every situation is different and people are always asking for different things depending on their needs, which is great because we can cater our service and the contract and the escrow for what you need. That being said, there's some things that are kind of normal in LA at least, and the seller paying for a home warranty is one of them. So, you know, it kind of gives you as the buyer the peace of mind that you're buying this house, and the seller saying, well, the refrigerator and the oven are included, which can be expensive, especially for first-time home buyers. So you say, okay, I want to make sure that these things are going to keep working. And so the seller will say, well, I'll pay for this home warranty for you for the first year. Then one of the cool things is that you can renew that, whether you've used it or you think, you know, like Jessica was saying, it doesn't have to be just you purchasing your home for the first time to have it. There have been a few cases where oftentimes when we write offers for developers, if they're going to fix up, and, you know, fix and flip is a pretty hot term. But if they're going to remodel and either rent it or sell it, we won't include it. And sometimes if it's a trust sale or a probate sale, or the seller is saying, well, I'm going to sell this home as is, then you know that as the buyer going in, and we'll try and get you the home warranty. But oftentimes the seller, or, you know, if the listing agent is doing their job to protect the seller, and fight for them, they'll write back in the counteroffer, we're not going to include the home warranty. So those are, but typically we have seen that. I'd say, I don't know, 90% of the time in the offers we're writing.
Agreed.
That's what I was going to say. About 85-90% of the time, it's really, really common in this market for the sellers to pay for the first year for the buyers. And then what I've seen is if the sellers say, as is, we're not paying for it, the buyers will opt to typically get it for themselves. Unless everything's brand new and they have peace of mind, they feel like everything's in really good condition. Sometimes they'll skip over it and take their chances and roll the dice. But more often than not, I see probably 90% of deals close with a home warranty, typically paid by the seller, sometimes paid for by the buyer.
Yeah.
I just got a question text in from Wendy, who's watching. She asked us how long the home warranties last after they're purchased.
They're year policies and they're renewable year after year.
Yep.
And what's nice, let's say you're mid policy. Let's say you're one of those who you renew your home warranty year after year, and then you decide you want to list your home and sell it. Well, great. We're happy to prorate whatever you have left on that policy. We're happy to prorate that amount that you've already paid for and apply that towards a new 1-year home warranty for the new buyers. So you're not totally, losing out on that by deciding to sell mid policy.
That's great to know. Yeah. And you're already saying, hey, you know what? I've kept my appliances up to shape and I've kept everything. I've been taking care of pride of ownership in the home, which is nice to show the buyer anytime we're showing buyers houses.
Agreed.
Yeah. So how long does it take usually from, my faucet starts running and I make the call to you guys. How long does it take usually to get somebody out to look at it and make the repair?
Sometimes same day. We require our technicians to make contact within 48 hours. So they're going to at least make contact within 48 hours and then arrange the best time between the homeowner and the technician. So it's typically pretty quickly, but I will say sometimes in the dead heat of summer, it's triple digits. Everyone's air conditioner's going out. Everyone's calling us. Everyone's setting up a work order for their AC. All the technicians in the city are slammed. That's when we can get a little bit backed up, I'll be honest, but that's because our technicians are backed up as well. So sometimes in circumstances like that, if we have a plan holder and it's a priority situation, maybe they have elderly folks or an infant in the home and we're not able to get a technician in our network out fast enough, what we can do sometimes is authorize them to contact their own technician who's not in our network. And we can have them submit an estimate to us or call us with the information from that technician. And we can tell them what we would be able to reimburse or not reimburse if they're using an out-of-network contractor. So we try to be a little bit flexible on that. But typically we're going to get a contractor out there pretty quickly.
So you are the woman to call when people say, hey, who do you know who's a contractor, or plumber, or a technician in LA? Because I feel like you probably, I don't know if you cover that actually. Maybe somebody in your office knows. They got the
I know
Rolodex.
I know a handful of them. Yeah, I've got my favorites.
There you go. So people can comment or send us a message and we'll get you in contact if you're here in SoCal with Jessica's favorites. That's one of the most common questions we get from homeowners all the time. Hey, who's an architect or who's a contractor that can help me remodel or help me with this issue or this problem? Or I'm thinking about buying and remodeling. Who's a good contractor that you know?
Absolutely. You guys are such a good resource for that. And you're especially so thorough and detail oriented, you too. So I imagine you've got a Rolodex of some good quality vendors.
We do. We give referrals quite often to people who are just people in our neighborhood, not even clients necessarily. We actually introduced one of our neighbors to a mold specialist to come out and take a look at something that she had an investment property, and there was mold that she found between a sink and another wall. And we had somebody come out there. I recommended it to her. And then we referred the remediation where they fixed the problem as well. So we got referrals for everything.
Yay.
Georgia Bye Mold. Yeah, Georgia Bye Mold. Got to give him a special shout out. Everybody loves that guy, man. He's such a humble guy. So if you need somebody to come out, hit us up. But Georgia Bye Mold, that's the guy. You're also on there. I mean, this is a perfect example of somebody. Homeowners that says, hey, what's a home warranty? It's like, oh, we got Jessica right here. She's great.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. So we were discussing before with the homeowners insurance about maybe coverage limits, and so I was wondering about the same thing with the home warranty. Are there limits as to, like you were saying with the roof? Is it up to a certain amount for the refrigerator or the washing machine or dryer? Or can you touch on that?
Good question. Good question. Yeah. So there's a lot of our coverage items we actually don't set a dollar limit on. But the ones that we do, again, we're really transparent about. So appliances, we're going to have a $5,000 limit per appliance. Roof coverage, we're going to have a $1,500 roof leak limit. What else? Like pool equipment, we don't have a dollar limit. Water heater, furnace, we don't. HVAC, we don't. Just keep in mind when we're going to do a repair or a replacement, we guarantee that it's going to be the same in form, fit, function, and feature. So somebody's water heater may die, or their HVAC may die, and they think, great, we want to upgrade, and no, it's going to be the same in form, fit, function, and feature, essentially.
I was going to ask about water heaters. So if somebody has, obviously, water heaters, their lifespan is usually between 10 and 15 years. If somebody has a water heater that's lasted 20, 22 years, and then it finally dies out, would that be covered?
Oh yeah, for sure. As long as it's normal wear and tear, no problem. But like sometimes people say, oh, you know what, we decided we want to upgrade to tankless. When people decide they want to upgrade, we can offer a cash out on their claim, and then they can opt to go do that upgrade themselves, because contractually we can't upgrade them. It's got to be the same in form, fit, function, and feature. So if that's what they want to do, they can take the cash value for the repair.
That's really good to know. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I just got a comment. I just looked down at the comments. I was so caught up in what you've been talking about. I've been ignoring our viewers here. But Jackie said, I must ask you a question. So very clever for both of us.
Mustache you?
Yes. The mustache bros here.
Jackie's funny.
Yes, she is. She had a question which popped out, which I love. You were talking earlier about the pre-existing conditions with appliances. So she said, does the condition of the house roll over into the new 1-year warranty so there aren't new pre-existing conditions? Does that make sense?
I think I know what she's asking. Let's say if we have history on that property, are we then going to hold that against any new buyers because we have incriminating information on the property in the past, and then they go through a transaction, and then we've got new people in there and we've got all this history on it, so we're holding that against them? No, let's say it's pretty much to us a clean slate. We're not going to look back, dig through the history of and correct me if I'm wrong if that's not what she's asking. But
I think she was referring more to if you buy a house and you have it for the first year, and then you decide to renew your policy for a second year. Are there any pre-existing conditions that are rolling over into that second year of coverage? Would the owner be held? Okay.
No.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Jackie, if you're watching.
Yeah.
That's how I was interpreting that.
What are some of the items that you would strongly suggest people getting covered, like some of the additional things?
Air conditioner. I think the fridge is worth covering. It's not included in our policies. It's a $50 add-on. Unless you do the washer dryer fridge bundle, then it's $90. But I think fridge, I don't want to mess with fridge repairs. So I think that's worth covering. But it kind of varies per policy. It varies based on what each property needs. Sometimes there's a really old roof and they want the roof coverage. Sometimes the pool equipment's brand new. They don't need to cover that. I mean, it's really kind of case by case, but definitely always cover the air conditioner if you have one.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Just to piggyback on that, we always recommend if you have an air conditioner, get an air conditioner. If you have a pool, get the pool coverage, and always get the fridge, the washer and dryer and all that, because you don't want to have to deal with that yourself after, if you move in and then 2 weeks later, one of those, craps out, not a good place to be.
Right. They're expensive.
Yeah, they are.
And especially it's supposed to be like 90 something degrees here in the next couple of days. Got summer coming early here in LA. I thought Aaron was going to say, if you don't have an AC, get a pool. And if you don't have a pool, get an AC.
Well, that's a good point too.
that comes with our job of helping clients find the right things for their home.
Yeah.
So there was something that you brought up when we were talking about doing this. What is a seller's coverage?
Oh, yeah.
I actually have no idea what that is. So I'm so happy that you brought that up. So I'd love to lay the education down on me here. Yeah.
Well, I apologize for not telling you guys about it sooner. So what we've been talking about is a 1-year home warranty for buyers, right? That's definitely the most common form of a home warranty. However, we also offer a short-term home warranty policy during a property's listing and escrow period. So if you're listing your house, we can order a home warranty as soon as your listing goes live in the MLS. And then again, it's going to work the same way. It's going to cover normal wear and tear that occurs after you've ordered that policy. Sometimes a realtor will order seller's coverage and then they want it to be a catch-all for everything that comes up on the home inspection. But sometimes those issues are deferred maintenance or pre-existing conditions. So just keep in mind, it's going to cover new issues that arise after you've ordered the policy. But I've definitely seen it really help out or save some deals. Let's say a dishwasher breaks, a water heater breaks, you're close to closing escrow. The sellers don't want to pay for it. They've got 1 foot out the door. The buyers don't want to pay for it. They don't even own the place yet. So I've definitely seen the seller's coverage come in handy on listings and escrow periods.
That's great. What does that usually cost?
So it's a per day price. It's roughly $1 and change a day, depending on which policy you order. And then as a realtor, we would send you a prorated invoice at the close of escrow based on however many days you had the coverage. And that would either be, the bill is given to the sellers, or sometimes the realtor pays for it as part of a closing gift. But then just keep in mind, we ask that if you're going to be utilizing our seller's coverage during your listing and escrow period, that you're going to tell the buyer's side that the buyer's home warranty is to be with Old Republic as well. We like to bundle them together. To be quite honest with you guys, we lose money on seller's coverage. So we really want to bundle them together.
That makes a lot of sense. We just got another great question. Can you, if you have more than one thing, let me read that question. Can you have the same item fixed or repaired more than once in a year?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're not going to set a limit on that. And if it's within 30 days, we'll set up a recall, and we're not going to charge you the $75 again.
That's great. So you only get the trade call one time.
Yeah. Good question. I love all these questions.
That's a great question. We got a very active, engaged audience. I told you, people are sitting home during quarantine, itching to know what home warranty is and what it covers.
Who knew?
I bet you guys are getting more calls right now because people are home using their appliances more. I don't know. I'm just guessing on that. But
our website's getting more activity.
I love the sellers. That's actually something that Aaron and I have been talking about doing for our listings, is providing that home warranty for the sellers. There was a question that came up for me. So if the general inspector finds that, he actually told us that the most common issue he finds in a home is the diverter in the bathtub malfunctioning. So when you want to take a bath or make the water flow through your bath or the shower head, that either kind of leaks a little bit or it doesn't function properly. I imagine, is that something that is part of the plumbing coverage?
Yes, it's just got to be a new issue.
Okay. Yes, exactly. So it's not something that if the inspector finds it during the inspection, it would be covered. It would have to be like the seller is taking a shower during escrow and that happens.
Or no, if the inspector finds it and the inspector could say, like, this looks like a new issue, then yeah, we shouldn't have an issue. But if he goes, oh, this thing's been like this for probably years or months, then it's unlikely to be covered. But if he says, oh, maybe this just happened then yeah, we should be fine.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, that's such a valuable component for sellers and for Aaron and I to give some sellers, because like he said, I can count of like probably a half dozen escrows already, like just on the top of my head, that the diverter was especially in condos, actually, most of the condos and a few homes, now I think about it, where we're battling, on $1 million property over who's going to pay the $250 for the plumber to come out and fix the diverter. If we could just say, hey, don't worry, we have this this cover for you guys. For the buyer and seller, that's a huge win.
Yeah.
It's an easy way to find compromise.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, I want to fight for that $250, but sometimes when you're that far along, we just want to keep moving it along. You know, everybody's happy at the end.
Pick and choose your battles.
Yes, there you go.
You guys pick and choose your battles. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's great. I love that. Right on, Aaron. You got any other questions? I think that kind of went through the questions that we had jotted down before getting on here.
So what advice would you give to someone thinking about buying a home?
Ooh, what advice would I give to someone thinking about buying a home?
Doesn't necessarily have to do with home warranty.
Yeah, obviously call Aaron and Devin. They'll point you in the right direction. Talk to a lender. I'm sure you guys can help with that. And talk to a lender and see if you're even qualified to start looking to buy a home. Make sure you're in a good position or on the right track. But yeah, call you guys. You're so good at what you do and so professional and detail oriented. As a vendor, I've really enjoyed working with you guys through the years, and you're clearly innovative. Like, look at how you're utilizing your quarantine time, making this Rolodex of vendor videos and interacting with your community. I love it.
Thank you very much. We did not ask her to say that, just so everybody knows.
No, it was easy. Come on. It's an easy opportunity. I took it.
Awesome. We got another question. Let me see what that says.
I got it right here. After the first year is up and the buyer renews, how do they pay? Credit card or check or cash or Venmo or Apple Pay or Google Pay? Or how do you guys take all forms?
Credit card or check. And to be upfront with you guys, the first year home warranty, the payment is due in full upfront, but then our renewal policies, we do offer a payment plan, month payment when you pull. So yeah, that's going to be with credit card or a check.
That's great. I just wanted to recap that the audio cut out a little bit. I think what you were saying was the first year is paid all in full, and this after that there can be payment plans throughout the year. Is that correct?
Yep.
That's great. And like we were saying, usually that first year for us is paid through escrow. So the seller will typically pay that for you in full at the close of escrow, typically out of their proceeds, and you'll be set. Just don't break the diverter on your first shower in the home. It's got to be the second shower in your new home.
Another question I have for you. Do you have any advice for somebody who is a homeowner?
I mean, truly, that's all we ask. It's just got to work fine.
Oh, we had a little delay there, Shoot.
Yeah.
You guys are breaking.
Oh.
Come on, internet. Don't let us down.
I can hear you.
There we go.
I think I can hear you now.
Perfect. There's too many people streaming Netflix right now. Or too many people watching this. The question I asked was, what advice, if any, do you have for somebody who is a homeowner? Anything that you can think of?
You know what we find a lot is just deferred maintenance. I feel like people forget to clean and maintain their systems. And it makes such a difference in the life of your systems and appliances. So as a home warranty rep, that would be my recommendation. Clean and maintain your systems, clean your HVAC. People just don't do it. You'd be surprised. Even like self-cleaning, there's this self-cleaning feature on many ovens now, and people don't use it. It's like, you just give it a few hours, hit self-clean. You don't have to do a thing.
Very true. Very true.
I want to do a webinar like this on how that function works, because I did it for the first time, and I was like, do I have to put soap in here or something? And no, just magically the next morning the oven was clean. I was shocked.
Yeah.
So somebody chime in and write how that works for me.
Glorious.
Yeah. We just got one more really good question.
It's awesome.
Wendy asks, are gutters covered on home warranty?
No. So the home warranty is just going to cover your plumbing within the main foundation of the home.
Perfect.
Thanks,
so
Wendy.
The gutters would not be counted as part of the roof.
What's that?
That she was asking about the gutters on the roof. I just want to make sure.
No, I'm sorry. We would just be patching the roof where it's leaking, nothing with the gutters.
Got it. I was just thinking that I have a friend here in LA who lives in an apartment, and the neighboring unit has a hole in the roof. And so I was thinking that I should put you in touch with their owner, say, hey buddy, you need to have a home warranty so that.
Oh, that sounds like a fun one.
Yeah, exactly. Or Jessica can put him in touch with one of her contractors to fix up the hole in the roof there.
Let's start with a roofer and go from there.
We have one more pressing question. We'd like to ask all our guests today, but you being the guest today. What I'm going to change it today, but what's your favorite breakfast?
My favorite breakfast? Breakfast burrito. I'm a breakfast burrito girl.
Nice. Good answer.
Throw some bacon in there, a little avocado. I don't like it when they put beans in there, maybe potatoes. Lots of hot sauce. Oh my gosh. There's a spot in Westlake called Sea Casa. I love their breakfast burritos. They're got to be one of my favorites. But yeah, I'm quite the breakfast burrito connoisseur. What about you guys?
There you go. If you're support local businesses, what'd you say that was called?
Sea Casa in Westlake. Really good.
I don't know if they
what's
they
that?
have what?
They have breakfast burritos all day.
Next time I'm in Westlake, it's going to happen.
Next time I meet up with you guys, I'll bring them out there.
Nice. There we go.
It's the least I could do.
I don't know if they deliver to West LA right now in quarantine. So I'm looking forward to that when we can all get back together and hang out. Everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, so how can people find more information about you if they want to? Actually, I forgot to tell you, somebody wrote the people need yoga, and it sounds like you're involved in lots of good causes. Which is great to hear. So keep on. If people want to take a yoga class or find a contractor that you know or ask you more questions about home warranty, where can they find your information and contact?
I don't know if you guys are gonna tag me on Facebook, but you're welcome to do that. I do a lot of social media. I'm really active on Facebook and Instagram, and people are welcome to reach me via email, jessicaw@orhp.com. My cell phone, which is 805-501-6494. Yeah, I'm here for any and all home warranty questions, yoga questions. Happy to connect with people.
That's great. And we'll put all that information at the bottom so you can see it right there. It'll be fine.
Sweet. Thanks, guys.
And we'll also include the awesome organizations you're a part of, the Women's Council of Realtors, National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. And I forgot to ask you, but the Young Professionals Network as well. And yeah, everybody stay safe and healthy out there. Continue to stay at home if you can, to help out the heroes out there taking care of everybody. So we can get past this all together. Like I said, Aaron and I are still writing offers. We're still helping sellers. We're about to put up a house for lease here in Los Angeles. It's vacant, and we're also going to put up a new condo for sale. Yeah, we're so happy to have you. People are getting. I was making a comment to someone who's listened to all of these. I said they're probably smarter than most of the realtors in LA now, having listened to 5 of these. Such good information. Thank you. Thank you. Well, yeah, I've just said, it's just like you're teaching me stuff. You're teaching me stuff I didn't even know right here on the show tonight.
I'm kidding. It's true. No, I love it. No shame.
Oh, and before we go too, I wanted people to write a comment on if they think that Aaron should keep his mustache or not.
You should both keep the stashes.
Leave a comment below. Aaron's wife's going to be mad at me. Sorry, Kyle.
Rock 'em, guys.
She's not going to be happy with you.
All right, everybody.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good night. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful
Appreciate
rest of your
you.
week.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.